So tell me, Charlotte, what is this?
This is the emergency room. It's the Dana Brown emergency room. So it's.
And remind us who Dana Brown is.
He was a philanthropist who was very involved in the St. Louis Zoo. And he was from Omaha, so we were the biggest hospital in the Midwest.
So it's quite fitting that the emergency room would be a zoo.
Exactly.
So perfect. So we've got animals everywhere.
Exactly.
And everybody just comes in here to check in.
And we have about 500,000 emergency room visits in this hospital,
kidding.
which is very busy.
Wow.
It's a very busy emergency room.
At St. Louis Children's. What is this room?
This is called CARES, Ambulatory Procedure Center. So a physician can call their patient in here so they don't have to have an emergency room visit.
Oh,
and
okay.
There's 12 rooms here.
So you can call your physician ahead of schedule, so you don't have to go to the ER.
Right. I could call my physician and say, my kid has a fever, what do you want me to do, or whatever. And they say, bring him in, and they'll be seen here as opposed to seen in the emergency room. The cost is like a tenth of what the cost is.
No kidding. Do they still go through the metal detector?
To get into here? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Joe Buck, who was Jack Buck, the big broadcaster for the St. Louis Cardinals, and Joe Buck, who's now with NBC News. He gave the seed money for this.
So Joe Buck helped donate a lot of the funds to build this really cool kind of baseball place to wait for your x-rays.
Yes.
And do they have the MRI in this area?
Yes, the MRI is back here.
Through there.
Yes, and there's a CT scanner that's back there. But we have a CT scanner in cardiology, which we just got.
And that's the universal sign for no pacemakers.
Exactly.
I didn't know that when I had one, but I do now that I don't have one.
Yes, that is.
So that's neat. Wow. Wow, and then the hand with the football. You come to the side and you see the bones. Hand in the glove. Wow.
Barnes Jewish Hospital. We're connected that way to Barnes Jewish Hospital, and then if you go down that way, we're connected to the Cancer Center. So everything here has walkways that run off of this level. No.
And what's on this floor?
I'm sorry?
What's on this floor?
There's the eye clinic, there's the outpatient laboratory, the blood bank, and the inpatient laboratories are the whole back part of this floor. But these are the skywalks that connect everything. So you can ride actually in that balloon.
There's
up
a balloon
and down.
to ride in.
You just get in it, and it has a little button that your parents
fun.
can push to take you up and down. And then these signs are celebrating that Washington University has had pediatrics for 100 years.
100.
And our St. Louis Children's Hospital is 125 years old. We started before there was even Washington. On this floor. So the Ronald McDonough room is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and they have free snacks and they have a space. That's why I asked.
Here in the NICU at St. Louis Children's, how many nurses?
They have a staff of 250.
250 nurses.
Yes, for this unit.
And so how many patients?
They are a 78-bed unit.
Wow.
So it takes a lot of staff for a 78-bed unit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they also have a couple of rooms here where you can stay overnight with your baby.
Oh yeah, cath lab.
And our newest thing is something called a melody valve.
Yeah.
We've just gotten approval to start putting those in a week from there.
I feel like I'm in a spaceship.
Well, in there they do, I'm sure
Yeah.
the same way you do, and someone records here, so
Yeah.
they call out over the headset, and someone records here. And then actually Dr. Balzer, he transmits a cardiac cath case to the world.
Okay, wow.
So he's part of this collaborative that they do
Neat.
cases across the world. And he's actually getting ready to do that. He'll do that in 2 weeks.
Because I'm used to being on the other side on that bed. Waiting.
And you don't see this whole part.
I don't. I just ignore the man behind the curtain. Waiting for the IV. So they can give me a little fentanyl and Versed. So I can go nighty-night.
Those nurses and the physicians wear headsets.
Yeah.
And then someone sits here and enters everything as they call it out. So
Yeah.
whatever they're giving, they enter it here. So it's all charted in real time. So everyone who's in there sterile doesn't have to say, I just gave 50 of fentanyl or whatever. They just say it, and then this person enters it. So.
Just by the push of a button, you can get the right amount of dose into your medication. Wow.
Yes, yes.
So we're going into the cardiac ICU.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's nursing. I've got a lot of kids that have we just left our hospital in Salt Lake City, Primary Children's Medical Center, to go to Cleveland to teach about the Berlin. And it used to be that, they'd come over from Germany.
Right.
To bring but now that they've got these in these programs.
There's a representative from Berlin Heart that was here during the operation. She was in the OR, I think, and helping configure this, get it all set up, and she's been back a couple of times since then to check on things. No, go right ahead.
Foam, foam, foam. Foam in, foam in. Here it is.
I was going to say he should know that.
Foam in, foam out.
You just kind of go like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Brianne. My name's Paul.
Hello.
How are you? You look beautiful. How are you feeling? Thumbs up? Awesome. And are you nervous? Are you scared? Are you? Looks like you got a good dad. Loves you very much. Got a lot of people that love you. So I've never seen a Berlin Heart. Is it okay if I see Berlin? I've just never seen one. It's amazing. And so Charlotte, tell me how this
the
works.
The pump outside is actually, this is a titanium membrane that's in there to keep clots from forming in there. The nurses check that with a flashlight. We check hourly on the unit. Is that what you check it outside from here? So they check inside there to make sure their flow is coming in through there. So this overrides her heart rate. This is her heart rate now. So whatever they set this, the stroke volume and heart rate is set out here. So it takes over from her heart. And it rests her heart. And then the purpose of this is she'll be extubated and she'll be able to eat, exercise. When they go to physical therapy, you go everywhere with this so that they get as strong as they can do that when they come up to the transplant. That's a big advantage over that.
I got my heart transplant 1 year ago.
Looks pretty good, doesn't he? Yeah.
It didn't take too long to wait. It was a year, but it went by pretty fast. Felt like forever, but I finally got my heart last year. And when you get yours, you're going to feel really good.
He talks about it a lot on the computer. Do you ever put any stories about yourself on the computer? Yeah.
We talk about you a couple times a day, don't we?
Yeah. You guys have a blog?
We're using the caring page.
Oh, good. Good.
Do you like Monopoly?
I just think it was so therapeutic to write down.
It is. It's therapeutic to write down, but it's also therapeutic to read what other people write back.
Thank you.
There's people out there that we don't even know that are our friends or friends or friends that are replying back.
Just the comments and encouragement. Yeah. Prayers.
Yep. Words of encouragement and everything. It all helps.
Yeah. I started my blog shortly after I got listed.
Did you?
And just exactly what you said, just the feedback you get from people and the prayers is just really encouraging.
It is.
People need to do that. Well, we'll let you get back to your TV show. Anything good on TV? A little bit.
You look great.
You do look good.
You do.
I see some football players over here. Are you a Chiefs fan?
Yeah, we're a Chiefs fan, but her favorite is, can you say who your favorite player is? Sure you
Not
can.
right now.
She's a Tom Brady fan, so she's a Patriots fan.
Because he's good to look at, right?
He's a pretty good player too. Well, I wish you all the best. I'll get you out of here soon. So I'll let you get back.